Inside the salty dog, men with names stitched on their shirt sit a stool apart and drain their mugs, a war movie on all 6 screens. Portholes and fake anchors aside, this was not the neighborhood bar I expected. Men are dying in here, mouths screaming, helicopters beating against planked walls, and the waitress isn't wearing pants. Wide leather belt over a half-buttoned Oxford, she is braless in dark underwear. And there's no wink and nudge of gentleman's club or even the pretense of dancing here. Her pants are off because men want to be that fraction closer to it. Something they want and do not have, or believe they have and want differently. An ex-girlfriend of mine used to work in a place like this. Coming home, she'd dodge her cheek from me, go straight to the shower, and use all the hot water. But a man doesn't walk out of a bar without drinking. So I order. Leave the bills piled on the bar, but look the waitress in the eye and shove my mind somewhere else. I lived with my roommate for 2 years before she told me about the night her mother said, "This time, we're leaving for good." She was 8. Later that night, her mother found her at the property's back edge. Nails, earth black, bent spoon discarded in the grass, the shoebox long rotted away, a mess of bone and pelt in her hands. Her mother sat, dew darkening her nightgown, pulled her daughter closer. They nestled silently, tightly, the daughter's hands still full. Some long feeling time passed. And then from the neighboring field, deer emerged, silvered in the moonlight, and began to feed under the apple trees. I overtip the waitress and drive home. When I get there, my roommate will be in my bed, her body curving the sheets, her heat warming the room. We are not lovers. This simply happens sometimes, and we've stopped talking about it in the morning. In the night, she lies 10 feet and 2 walls apart. I assume that she too summons the faces and bodies of old lovers, but here we spoon, settling in a language of small size, my hand on the neutral territory of her belly, cupping its fill and collapse. I held her like this the night she described the deer. The size of their eyes, the sound of apple cores softly snapping between their teeth. How gracefully they were satisfied.